Now that we had some time since the reveal and the direct, I really want to reflect and talk about this game. Yes, I'm still hyped and excited to play it, but I really want to look at this game and talk about how I feel about it. I only watched the reveal trailer and the direct. I tried avoiding watching some gameplay because I really want to experience everything for the first time when I'm actually playing it. I watched a few short clips from the Nintendo Treehouse because it was hard to resist. I really am excited for this game. It's going to be a launch title for the Nintendo Switch 2, and this is all subjective, but even with this game alone, I think it is worth getting the new console for. Since I have games from the Nintendo Switch 1 and the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pass, I'm going to benefit from this system other than just having this one new game. There are a lot of things in this game that's going to keep me playing for hours, but is it worth the $80? No, I don't think a Mario Kart game should be that expensive, especially when there are way more games out there that provide way more things to do and are even cheaper than this game. I've never played this game as of this video, so at this point, who knows if it's actually worth the price. But that's all I want to say about the pricing. I just want to focus on this game alone and what it has to offer. I'm sure $80 will make any game look bad because it's a big ask. I really love playing Mario games. I'm a huge Mario fan. Whenever I play a Mario game, I like to 100% complete the game. Usually in Mario games, after you beat the main story, there's always a lot of extra things to do, and I think that this game is no exception. The direct showed a couple of things that you can do, but I feel like there's more to it. One example is the battle mode. They did not spend too much time on it, even though the battle mode is a really popular mode that a lot of people care about. How do I know a lot of people care about it? Well, when Mario Kart 8 was first released, it lacked a proper battle mode. A lot of fans complained about it, and rightfully so. When they re-released Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Nintendo made sure that we knew that there was a new and improved battle mode. They made sure to add great new maps and new game modes. I'm pretty sure after so many years of developing Mario Kart World, especially seeing how much bigger this game is, there's no way they're going to ignore the battle mode. They did a lot of improvements in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You can even play battle mode online with its own ranking apart from racing. This seems like the ultimate Mario Kart game, so I really do believe that they improved it even more. So far, that makes me believe that they improved everything else in this game and have hidden things that we don't know until we experience the game. First, I want to talk about the free roam. That is the biggest addition in the game, so I wanted to talk about that first. I will talk about the characters, cards, items later in this video. There are going to be a lot of guides out there to locate where things are. I don't think I'm going to look at the guides. If I do, I'm going to feel like everything is a chore and I'm just checking off the list of things to do. I really want to explore everything and be surprised when something unexpected happens. I really hope it's not the same missions throughout the whole world. If it is a big world and the missions are repetitive, that would ruin it for me. Looking at what I see so far, you really have to explore every inch of this world to find everything. It will definitely be overwhelming at first, but as I do the missions, it should be a lot better as missions get cleared. You can unlock different outfits for characters as you explore the world. One thing that I am really worried about is that if you want to unlock an outfit, you have to go in that area with a specific character. I really hope it's not the only way to unlock new outfits. It would be so annoying to quit the game, change the character, go back to the same spot. There has to be an easier way to unlock these outfits. Maybe there are multiple ways to unlock something just like Mario Kart Wii. But enough complaining about the outfits. I actually cannot believe that there are alternative looks for the characters. Nintendo has been really strict about changing their looks for their iconic characters, which is why the recent Paper Mario games look so bland. Mario Kart Tour added new outfits. I just knew that they had to add new outfits for the next Mario Kart game. If they don't, then that would be a big miss. Hopefully Nintendo would start adding new outfits to their other games. One thing that I would really want and appreciate from free roam is that once you complete everything, it would show some type of icon into your profile that you completed it. Back in the day when you played Mario Kart Online, you would have up to 3 stars next to your name. The number of stars would depend on how many stars you obtained from the Grand Prix. If you had 3 stars next to your name, that means that you collected 3 stars in every single cup. I really hope this game does something like that. Hopefully not just stars, but other unique icon that is hard to get depending on what mode you completed it on. Even though the direct didn't show much, I'm having high expectations from this game simply because Mario Kart is Nintendo's biggest franchise at this moment. They have this game on launch and they have it bundled in with the system, so it has to be big. Now I would like to transition to the characters in this game. Let's talk about the character select screen. When highlighting a character, they make a little dance showing that they have personality in this game. I really like the level of detail. It reminds me of Mario Golf Toadstool Tour in the GameCube. The players dance in the player select screen and they had so much personality in that game. It also shows you the new character designs. We obviously know that Donkey Kong got a major redesign. The Donkey Kong we have always known was designed by Rare. Diddy Kong and the other Kongs were also designed by Rare, so I wonder how they would look like now, even if they exist. Donkey Kong is now using the original design made by Shigeru Miyamoto. The design is from the first game that Mario was ever introduced. I feel like this is a sneak peek on how the characters are going to look from now on. Older Mario Kart games do have their own style compared to other games because the characters are designed by different developers. But in a way, these characters' design look a bit different than anything we have seen before. We already got a preview of the new Donkey Kong game using the new redesign, but we'll see what happens. I don't mind it. They look a lot more expressive now, and Mario's design reminds me of the 2D artwork back in the NES days, specifically Super Mario Bros. 3. The character select screen kinda looks a bit overwhelming. There are way too many characters this time around, and there's not enough space to put them all together in one screen. There is a sort option in the bottom right of the screen. I really hope that you have the option to change the view so that the outfits stack on top of each other, just like the Mii's in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. If they don't have that option, hopefully in a future update. There are so many characters and a lot of them feel like filler characters, but I'm not complaining. I much rather have all of these Bowser minions instead of having all the babies and Koopalings taking up the whole roster. Now that they showed characters that can't even hold the steering wheel, anyone can be included. It really reminds me of a game mode in Mario Party 8 where you had random characters in a race. Who knew that would be an actual Mario Kart game years later? I don't think that characters from other franchises are going to make a return or be included, but at this point you never know. There is no doubt that this game is going to have DLC. This is a launch title for the Nintendo Switch 2, so they have so many years to keep adding new courses and characters as years go by. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe had DLC, which increased the courses to 96. I'm pretty sure Mario Kart World will top that. I'm not sure how they're going to do it, but I really do see this game improving compared to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in every way. One thing that I'm really hoping would happen is that if the Mii's come back, I really want them to show their heads. In the previous game, all Mii's wear helmets, making it pointless to choose between different Mii's. All of the Mii's look the same from the back. The only difference is the outfits that they wear. I think the reason they did it is because they wanted your character to feel safe, even though the other characters don't wear outfits and get hit by so many items. Also, I'm sure that the main reason is because of the amiibos. Scanning amiibos would unlock a new outfit for the Mii's. Back in the day, Nintendo was crazy for amiibos, implementing them in a lot of their games, even though it didn't do much. They did it so that the amiibos could have value and functionality in their games. Now that we fast forward to the Nintendo Switch 2, amiibos aren't as obtainable as before. They are worth much more and Nintendo hasn't made as much as they used to. That will greatly affect the functionality that amiibos have in their games. Maybe that will finally give us different outfits for the Mii's. It would make no sense for every character to have a new outfit and the Mii's are still stuck using their old outfits. It would not fit in with the vibe they are going for. Let's talk about the carts. One thing that is just as important are the carts. At some moments, the carts are even more important than the characters themselves, however you want to see it. The first thing I noticed is that you can no longer customize the body and the wheels separately. Now they both come together. To be honest, I actually prefer it this way. Yes, you can make it a lot more specific on how you want your cart to be, but in the end, it just sometimes makes the cart look ridiculous. I much rather have a cart that looks how it's supposed to be. If there's ever a cart that is overpowered one day that everyone just ends up using, at least it'll look good. Another thing is that the gliders are gone. Instead, the carts will grow wings, making them look like airplanes, which I actually prefer a lot. At first, I thought it looked weird having wings pop out of nowhere, but thinking about it, it's a lot better than having gliders because whenever you use them, you could actually see what's in front of you because most of the times the gliders block your view. This is a drastic change that will make the cars look even more modern. If you go back to the older Mario Kart games, having the gliders will just make them look so outdated. There was a quick look at the accessibility settings. Smart steering is back, which is one of the smartest features that was added to Mario Kart. It's good to know that the feature is back. Another setting I saw is auto accelerate. That is the setting that I always use, except for battle mode. The reason I use it is because I rarely let go of the acceleration button. I usually do that when I'm playing other racing games, but in Mario Kart, it's always held down. I don't want the button to be worn down. I played Mario Kart for many years and I always noticed that the A button on my controllers are a bit lower than all the others. I got really happy when I had the option not to hold it down anymore. I had to get used to it at first, but now I'm used to it. Whenever I want to slow down, I just need to press on the brake, so it's not like you're driving an out of control kart. Now I want to talk about the courses. I just want to remind you that I've only seen the reveal trailer and the direct. I only saw a small amount on the treehouse, so I will not know much of the courses. The first thing I would like to mention is that the courses look a bit linear. This could be a good thing or a bad thing. I'm leaning more of this being a good thing. I understand that the courses being linear could be a bad thing. The courses themselves could be bland and pretty boring if there's nothing around. One thing I'm confident about Nintendo is that they will make the courses stand out and have it full of life. At least that's what I saw, but trailers could be misleading. That would be my biggest fear, having courses that are completely empty and not having enough turns. I love courses that make you turn a lot. That gives me a chance to drift, not just go straight. I'm sure there will be multiple paths to the finish line, and having 24 players to a race, I'm sure the courses are going to be very wide to accommodate the big number of players. I'm not sure if you'll be able to turn off the CPU and only race with your friends. I would like the option, but also worry that it will make the courses look a bit too big for less players. I noticed that there are returning courses. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe brought so many retro courses to the point where almost all of the fan favorites were back. That had me wondering, what in the world are they going to do with the next game when it comes to retro courses? Are we really going to see these maps again? Some of them have been brought back many times, and they are starting to run out of courses that haven't even been brought back yet. Now with the reveal, we could finally know the answer to that question. They are going to bring back retro courses, but not only have them remade, but reimagined. The retro courses now have additional roads, making them feel part of a bigger world. I would have never guessed that the courses we know and love will have an expanded area. Now that is very smart. I cannot wait to play these courses and see what new ideas they came up with. One thing I'm really hoping for is for the courses to go back how they used to be, short and simple. I have a feeling that the DLC is going to bring that back. I don't see the world they already created to have additional courses. I'm not sure how they'll even fit it in the already existing world. The only two possibilities I can think of is either adding new courses, just how it used to be, or add a completely new world with all new tracks. If they do that, they would have to create more missions for the free realm, or else it'll just feel so empty. It would take a lot more time if they go that route, and probably more disappointing since people are going to expect the new map to be just as good or even better than the regular map. I would just go with the old-fashioned courses. It'll be a lot easier to create and we could get a lot more of them at a faster rate. Now there's not much to say about the Grand Prix, or maybe I do since I ramble a lot. When you first choose a cup, the courses that are included are sorted in a specific order. You can see the map of the courses with paths to see how they are connected to each other. When you go to another cup, you see another path with different courses. An interesting thing to note is that some cups feature a course from a previous cup. For them to do that could mean that we probably will see a different version of the course. It could be playing it in reverse, or maybe the course could be altered. There could be new roads and opening leading you to a path that you haven't seen before. Or they could add new ramps and obstacles that could make the course feel completely different. At this point, anything could happen. After playing Mario Kart Tour, the courses do seem different when played backwards, and I hope that every course could be played like that. Pretty much giving us more options and more content. Another new feature that they added is that when you finish the race, this will not affect how many points you get, but it's a nice way to relax and drive without risk. I personally don't really care about this. It's more of a time waster. I'm going to try it once so I won't miss out what this game is offering, but if I don't like it, I'll disable it. I'm glad Nintendo gave us the option to do that. Maybe you could unlock courses by doing the game mode. Maybe you could unlock costumes by doing that game mode. I have a feeling that's what it's for. After you complete the Grand Prix, you'll unlock Rainbow Road. This feels like it's going to be huge. The fact that Rainbow Road is an unlockable and showing a cutscene that is being formed in the sky, maybe there is a way for you to travel to Rainbow Road from the world you are given. Maybe Rainbow Road could be a whole cup by itself. Honestly, I don't know. I just hope that it is intense and not too hard to the point where we're just falling off and getting hit by obstacles. Rainbow Road in Mario Kart 8 is my least favorite, so the bar is pretty low for me. I want to have that feeling when I'm driving Rainbow Road and I'm amazed by everything I see as I'm driving through the course. Maybe the final cup could be in space with Super Mario Galaxy references. The Mario universe has been expanded so much they could do many things with it. Now I want to talk about the new mechanics of this game. First of all, we can now jump at will. This opens up so many possibilities on courses and making them even more fun. Just going straight and there's a wall next to you? Well, now you could jump on the wall and wall ride. You can pull off a trick anywhere you are and make you go even faster. So now there's always something to do anywhere in the course. If everything looks so empty and boring, you could always find an area where you can pull off a trick and make it go faster. Not to mention, you could even wall jump and expand the courses even more. So many paths just open up and there is no telling how many hidden secrets you can find by doing tricks alone. There's no telling how many shortcuts you could find by simply exploring. You can now grind on rails. This is amazing. Even more ways to find shortcuts or simply have fun grinding. Now I will see the courses differently. I'm always going to look for places to do tricks. I am really excited to explore this world. There's never going to be a dull moment in a race. I'll make sure that I'm always performing a trick as soon as I can. After so many iterations of Mario Kart, we still have new items. There are some new items and old that I would like to talk about. First of all, the coin shell. When you throw it, it will stay along the middle of the course and leave a line of coins. Yes, that means that the coins are back and I personally don't like it. But it looks like it's going to be a lot easier to obtain these coins. I don't think the coin shell will act like a red shell and home in onto the opponent. That would make the red shells redundant. I'm sure it'll act more like a green shell and eventually break as it goes on for a while. The hammer is the new item I really like. It stays on the course for a while so you could strategically aim it and actually create a roadblock for your opponent. Looking at the direct, these hammers will disappear right when you're about to reach them, which is perfect. You don't have to worry about running into your own hammers, and the hammers won't stay for too long, making them overpowered. The ice flower is a new item I don't really know much about. From what I see, it makes you freeze in place for a short time, but this time is so short that it doesn't look like it's actually doing anything. Maybe you could freeze your opponents in your cart for a while. Let's say you're turning and if you get hit by it, it makes you go straight. Now that would make the ice flower overpowered. Also adding more strategy to the game. Only using it when someone is turning if you really want to affect them. Or maybe it just acts like the fire flower. Same effect, just a different animation. But I'm probably thinking too much about this item, but again, nothing I'm saying is confirmed. I'm just basing it off of a small clip that I saw. I really do hope it freezes your control of the cart. Maybe getting hit by it will prevent you from breaking. So many possibilities for this item. Now we have Kamek as a new item. Before, he was supposed to be a playable character, then eventually he was. Now he's an item, and he's been all over the place. Using Kamek turns other players into Bowser's minions, at least from what I saw. And he spawns bigger minions to act like an obstacle for you to dodge. He's pretty much used to create stage hazards out of nowhere at any time. Probably the best item in the game when dealing damage to your opponents. We have the bullet bill coming back. I gotta say that the bullet bill in this game looks realistic. You can see the scratches on it, showing that it has been through some stuff. Looking at this item back on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it looks so fake. This item is so good that it's making other games look bad. I just saw a clip of someone getting hit by a bullet bill and nothing happened. They only got pushed away. And also, it looks a bit slower. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think that the bullet bill already helping you steer is really good. Just making it a bit faster. You mostly get this item when you're far behind, and if they really nerfed it, I think it's going to make it a lot harder for you to catch up to first place. There is something I noticed about the star in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I feel like it got nerfed and it's a bit slower compared to the older Mario Kart games. I don't know if it's just me. I feel like I remember back on Mario Kart 64 and Mario Kart DS, the star being a lot faster. To be honest, I really hope that the star in this new game is buffed. I want to feel overpowered when I use this item. I feel like this should be the best item in the game. We'll see what happens. Hopefully there is an animation when you use the star. I think the characters used to dance or have a different animation in Mario Kart DS. I really hope it happens with this game too. The last item I would like to talk about is the lightning. Easily one of the best items in the game. From what I saw, this item had a big change compared to the other entries. When you get shocked, it makes you stop completely. I still haven't seen enough of this item to see how powerful or how nerfed it has become. Players don't stay small for a long time anymore, pretty much going back to normal size instantly. I heard that it only affects the players in front of you. I think this game is going to be amazing and I am so excited to play this game. The last time I've been so excited to play a Mario Kart game was before it came out on the Nintendo DS. I still remember that feeling when I really wanted to buy a Nintendo DS just to play Mario Kart. I was so excited, and when I finally got it, it was such an amazing feeling. I am having that feeling again and I am so glad I do. I thought that this excitement for a game was something in the past because I was younger and maybe that's something I can't feel anymore as I'm older. But no, I still have this feeling today and it means a lot. I can still be excited for a game as I did back then. I feel like this game ruined the older Mario Kart games. The game isn't out yet, so it's not official, but it's just a feeling. I feel like this Mario Kart game is so much more and so different that going back is just going to feel so bland. When they first introduced tricks on Mario Kart Wii, it was hard to go back. I just had to do a trick at the end of every ramp that I see. I went back to the older Mario Kart games and it felt so weird not being able to pull off a trick. Now that Mario Kart World introduced even more ways to do tricks, it's going to make the older Mario Kart games look so bland because I will not be able to trick off a wall or a rail. So now that I talked about everything I can about this game before it comes out, I would like to restate that yes, this is definitely a game that is worth getting a console for. Now that I say that again after this whole talk, I'm feeling a lot more confident about that statement. But again, this is all subjective and I could also be wrong. The game has not been out yet, so I don't know what this game actually has to offer. I am very certain that there's still a lot of content that we still don't know about, and that is exciting to me. Will I ever get bored of this game one day? Yes, of course. There are always games that I am extremely excited for and really get into the game, but eventually get bored. It happens with everything, even the best games. So who knows when that will happen, but something I will definitely know is that I will certainly enjoy every second of it.